Hello everyone, my name is Kimberly and today I will going to explain our midterm examinations. So the first questions that I choose is about the number one, art as a humanistic discipline. So the humanistic disciplines of art emphasis on the human experience like philosophy and history. And art can help us comprehend the human predicament. It sheds light on human emotions, convictions, and hardships. Productions and analysis, it encompasses both of critical analysis of art in the act of artistic productions, both of which are aspects of the humanities understanding tools. So the art offers is a prism through which to view culture, values, and history, and aids in the explorations of basic questions like who am I? Critical thinking, like other humanities fields that promote critical analysis and investigations, studying art fosters critical thinking abilities. So the number two questions that I choose is a view of humanities and Western civilizations. So ancient Greece, early Western philosophy was frequently cosmocentric, concentrating on the universe, order, and humanity's place within it. Middle Ages and new artistic forms appeared throughout this time, but as Christianity grew, the viewpoint became theocentric, focusing on God and religious doctrine. So Renaissance, an anthropocentric perspective, was adopted during this time, emphasizing human potentials, ideals, and experiences, once more humanisms. So modern era, a scientific technocentric viewpoint in which scientific information was frequently seen as the ultimate truth, emerged as a result of an enlightenment and later periods, increased emphasis on science and technology. So postmodern and contemporary era, so today's visions is more diverse and multidisciplinary, recognizing the importance of several viewpoints of view and the connections between various disciplines. So the third question that I choose is number 9, which is the Japanese minimalism. So the Japanese minimalism is a philosophy of living simply and intentionally by keeping only what is necessary, deeply rooted in Zen Buddhism and traditional Japanese aesthetics. It emphasizes functionality balance and appreciations of imperfections and empty space, viewing simplicity as a path of greater mental clarity, peace, and the deeper appreciations for experiences over material possessions. So this principle is reflected in aspects like the careful replacement of objects, a focus on natural materials, and the concepts of wabi-sabi, beauty, and imperfections. So the fourth questions that I choose is the questions number 13, which is I explained this according to Plato's philosophical thinking, imitationisms is the theory that art is a poor and deceptive copy in reality because it is so far removed from the truth. Plato believed that art, especially poetry, was a dangerous influence that should be censored in his ideal society of a chair. And so, how impressionism relates to the study of art. So, the art as a source of deceptions play to view that artist as a mere imitator who can deceive the audience into thinking they are experiencing reality rather than a shadow of it. So, an artist doesn't truly understand the subjects they are imitating, similar to how a painter can draw a carpenter without knowing the craft or carpentry. So the artist appeals to the emotions and passions of the viewer rather than to the reasons and intellect, creating an illusion that misleads the soul and encourages irrational responses. So the last question that I choose is a number 6. So judgments are the primary process in appreciating art. This process assists you in the first observing the work objectively, then analyzing the usage of its formal aspects, interpreting its possible meaning or message, and ultimately developing a subjective assessment of its success. That's all, but thank you.